Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Tina! Bring me the axe!
You're listening to Bring Me the Axe. I'm Brian White. I'm one half of this morbid equation, and I'm joined by my co-host and brother, Dave White. Hey, Dave, how you doing over there?
Oh, thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm sampling a new beer. It is called Fresh Air. It is made by Treehouse.
Okay.
It is a 3.5% ABV lager.
Is that...
That's very low. That's very, very low. Usually, I would say like a Budweiser is like a 4.5, maybe 5%. So most beers are usually between like 5 and 7, 8, 9%. And so I have been trying to find lower ABV beers that are the less alcohol, same flavor, which is a nearly impossible thing to do.
So you can drink a lot more and just not get fucked up.
So I'm not consuming as many calories and I'm not drinking as much alcohol, but I can still enjoy new beer.
Okay. All
But
right.
Those are very, very hard to find. I found one. Treehouse made one that was 2%. It was an IPA, which is extremely low.
Jesus Christ! At this point, why even bother?
Well, because I enjoy I don't drink to get drunk. I enjoy the flavor of beer, but you cannot get the flavor of beer without the fermentation process.
You see, I see it the other way around. I am an alcoholic, and so I think, if there's no alcohol in this, why bother? That's why I don't drink beer. That's why I don't drink anymore.
It's very easy to just keep going. That is another reason why I try to find lower ones, but they don't really exist. So I was excited to try this one. Yay, it's okay.
All right. What's it called again? Fresh Air?
It's called Fresh Air. It's like like a get outside, have some, small beers with your friends, go hiking or whatever.
Sounds like a show on NPR.
It is in fact a show on NPR.
Fresh Air.
With Terry Gross.
With Terry. Science Friday.
With Science Friday Gross.
Oh boy, so we practically grew up in neighborhood video stores, and the steady diet of utter garbage that those shops provided us with continues unabated to this day. There's no one else I enjoy chopping it up with more about trashy movies than Dave. Just before we get into it, here's a little housekeeping. If you want to keep up with us between episodes, you can also find us on Instagram at Bring Me the Axe Pod. Dave's over there at That Queer Wolf.
Yes.
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 Are you for real? Yes.
Best part of that movie.
Oh yeah, it is. I encourage you to give us a follow. It's fun. You keep up with all the shit. We have so much going on these days, and that's kind of how we coordinate it.
700 podcasts.
And climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you don't know, we got another show called 99-Cent Rental, where we cover all manner of video store madness on the weeks that Bring Me the Axes off. Our latest episode covering Ruggero Deodato's baffling but quite charming Raiders of Atlantis is out now. And we'll be back next week with a look at the evergreen social commentary, They Live. Hey, it's Brian. Quick correction. As you may or may not know, we had to switch some things up. And this Monday, we are doing Cyborg, the JCVD movie. And after that, in 2 weeks, we're going to be back with They Live.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. Have you confirmed the guest?
I have. I should probably do it again.
Yeah.
But
that's right. No, that's right. You did tell me that.
Yeah, we had to move some things around because I got to go to Canada.
Got to get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
You can also contact us directly at bringmetheaxepod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or suggestions. Do let us know if there's a movie that you love. We'd like to hear us give it the business. And if you'd like to support us on Patreon, you can look us up over there at patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod. There's a couple of tiers you can join there. All paying members get ad-free episodes. Subscribers at the $5 a month tier can look forward to our bi-weekly X-Files rewatch pod. Do you think I'm spooky? Yeah. It's not just X-Files. It's really kind of like a half X-Files, half What's Happening in the 90s podcast.
Yeah, I feel like I need to contribute sometimes. So, yeah, I came up with a thing to do.
It's a pretty good one. I enjoy the 90s history segments tremendously because most of the time I'm just disgusted with what's going on, unless we're talking about movies or music.
Yeah, and Simpsons.
And The Simpsons. The latest episode is season 2 episode Irresistible.
Ugh.
It's gross.
It's real. It's real yucky.
It's gross. There's also our monthly Bring Me the Axe Millennium Edition, which is a bonus episode in which we explore a modern horror movie. The current episode is a look at Session 9.
A movie with potential.
A movie with a lot of wasted potential.
Yeah.
Yep. All Patreon subscribers, even the free tier, get access to our Discord server. Paying members get access to additional channels like voice and video chat and the watch parties option. Watch movies with us on Friday night.
Not this one. This is a bonus.
Oh, this is a bonus. This is a secret. We spring these on those, though. But I mean, this is the 6th one. You guys are expecting this by this time. Yep.
We got to start doing them at a different date.
just switching it up.
St. Swithin's Day.
Is it St. Swithin's Day already?
St. Swithin's Day already.
Tis. Once again, that's patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod. And lastly, if you like what you hear, you can subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube. Search us by name and subscribe if you prefer to consume your podcast that way. And you'd be doing us a favor by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So take a moment.
Yeah, it would really help because I'll tell you what I noticed. Because we are what I would charitably call loudmouth progressives, we tend to get suppressed on social media these days.
We do. I've been posting some of our Laughing in the Dark stuff on our TikTok, and a couple of keywords that I used in the title absolutely got us suppressed in such a way that like after 24 hours we had 0 views.
Yeah, that's like impossible. And so it would be super helpful if any of you, one of you, some of you, all of you could take just a few minutes. Go to your social media platforms of choice, your pod chasers, I believe is a thing people call it. I don't know why. I think it sounds stupid, but go to one of those and give us a like, subscribe, give us a rating, perhaps 5 stars if you really think so. You know what? Just do it. Just give us 5 stars. I'd do it for you. The government's not trying to suppress your fine quality content.
This is true. They might be.
No, they probably are.
They probably are. You know what I need to start adding to this little preamble is as long as it is already?
Sound effects.
Laughing in the Dark.
Yep. You should.
If you're not listening to Laughing in the Dark, what's wrong with you?
Should we make Laughing in the Dark merch? I feel like it's too soon.
I feel like it's too soon.
All right.
But there's potential there. Because
if you listen to Laughing in the Dark, let me know if you think we should make merch.
Yeah. If you're not listening to Laugh in the Dark, here, check this out. Come here. Just come on over here for a sec. Listen, were you a kid in the 90s? Maybe even if you weren't. Did you watch Are You Afraid of the Dark on Nickelodeon? Even if you didn't, listen to this podcast. It's Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's me and Dave. Mm-hmm. It's Michael. Mm-hmm. But just between us, we call him Mikey because we have to.
All right. I don't have
to. And you love her. She's on our show all the goddamn time.
Yep.
And Eileen joins us. And every episode, we take an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark and we break it down and we laugh our asses off. It's a very funny show.
So that's what I'm told.
Yep. Wherever you get podcasts, listen to Laughing in the Dark because it's fun.
Give that a 5-star rating.
And also
too.
give it a 5-star rating. I mean, shit. Just 5 stars all the way down.
It really does help.
Yep. And if you listen on YouTube, hey, do us a favor, give the episode a like and leave a comment. We love hearing from you guys.
See, same thing. Thing. Damn the man. Do not let these fucking corporations take us down because they came for my podcast and you said nothing. So you know where that goes.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good where it goes. It's not. Anyway, just want to get all that out of the way right at the top of the show so I can run you down. Here's what we're talking about tonight.
This is between me and Jason. Jason belongs in hell, and I'm gonna see he gets there. Jason's alive. We dug up his body. You gotta do something.
No one in Forest Green wants to be reminded of what that maniac did here. That's why we changed the name. People want to forget this was Crystal Lake.
Just because our parents keep telling us that Jason was only a legend doesn't mean it wasn't true. So what if he did come back here? Looking for the camp counselor that caused him to drown his wife.
Darren, we better turn around.
Why?
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
There it is. There it is. I know.
You can try and dress up that pig all you want, but yeesh.
Yeah, not the original trailer, because the original trailer has like zero dialogue in it, and it is a slow zoom into Jason's headstone. That's it. That was the original Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives trailer. It was fucking bullshit. And so I pulled down this fan-made trailer by a guy named the Super Casa.
Well,
because it was way more interesting.
I guess.
Way more interesting. So I'm going to ask you right up off the top of this one. Is this movie too silly for its own good?
Yes, 100%. 100%. This is the dumbest. I believe I described this as the dumbest and sexiest Friday the 13th. And I'm not even sure about the sexiest
I'm not
part.
even part. I don't know. After I got done with it, I was like, I'm not sure about the sexy one. The sexy part.
It's definitely the dumbest.
It's definitely the stupidest by far, in ways that it had been a long time since I watched this one, because I typically don't watch the later sequels. I kind of, when I do feel like watching a Friday the 13th, it's one of the first four. So when I come around to this, I honestly can't remember the last time I watched Part 6, but I do remember enjoying it quite a bit. And this time I thought it was just all right.
Yeah, problem is they focus too much on kills and not enough on literally anything else.
And what's really shitty about that is not one of the kills is terribly impressive in this.
No, and a lot of them rely on cutaways.
Yeah. The movie got butchered in the MPAA process. And I'll talk a little bit about that when we get into it. But this one had a lot going against it. And primarily that it was the sixth installment of a franchise that was pretty much done. It seems like they are desperate. They realize that there's gas in the tank. There's interest in at the theaters. People are still going to see these movies. However, they're flailing and trying to figure out how to keep it going, but do something different.
Yeah, and because they originally it was supposed to be. Tommy was supposed to be the killer.
Yeah.
But people reacted so badly to that ending that they were like, what do we do then? You get Horshack to bring him back to life.
Yeah. So, okay, here we go. The year was 1986.
I was in kindergarten.
Year of our Lord. What was that?
I might have been in first grade.
I was 11. So you were 5?
I think so, yeah.
So, yeah, you were probably kindergarten.
How about that?
Yeah. So here's some other movies that released in 86. Deadly Friend came out in
I
1986.
just watched that movie the other night, and it is still dumb as shit.
Just talking about stupid fucking movies.
I liked that. It's still fun.
Wes Craven, what are you doing?
This was the fucking movie he decided to follow up Friday or a Nightmare on Elm Street
with. I know, right?
I mean, I will say it is a very clever premise that I think if they had made it, if they had more money, maybe it could have been better. It's like, it's basically Megan.
Yeah.
But like, it's not trying to be campy. Like, it's trying to be pretty serious. Like, not serious, but I think it's fun. I liked it.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer bashes Mama Fratelli's head in with a basketball.
Yep. I think she like blows her head off pretty much with it.
It gets blasted to pieces.
Yep.
Speaking of blasted to pieces, Aliens came out in 86.
It's a fine film.
It's a
you take the first one, you put a $sign on it.
Fucking awesome goddamn movie.
The first two Alien movies are awesome. The rest of them, no less so.
Not so much. Yeah, you take a movie that comes out of the gate just kicking ass, and then you take it and you turn it into a fucking rad action movie.
Where there's literally nowhere to go from there.
You can't. It's so goddamn exciting. The special effects are so fucking good. It's tense, it's tight, it's exciting. And,
I can't think of a franchise that has fumbled harder than Alien.
Yeah. And it was what it was is it was kind of like this, where like the story had been told, but they felt like they had to keep going. And then the Dark Horse crossovers between like Alien and Predator created this sort of imperative to keep sort of jamming them together.
Do you know what it is? It's because both of those movies have really, really cool antagonists.
Yeah.
But the problem is that neither one of them really speaks. You can't know anything about either of them really. So you can't like get a backstory. They tried with Alien, but it doesn't work. And so you just sort of have these really fucking cool looking bad guys, and that's it. And so that's why they were like, what if we just put them together and make them fight? It's like, well, I guess that's as good as you're going to get.
Just sure. Why not? Also in 86, Night of the Creeps. Night of the Creeps.
Creep. Creep.
Yeah, we did that one. I think we come out of it still enjoying it, but our everything we learned about Fred Decker was a mega turnoff.
It's hard not to really love Tom Atkins in that movie.
Yeah.
Because his performance is 10 out of 10.
Over the top. He is going so hard in that movie. It's basically the opposite of that.
What's that?
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer came out in 1986.
That movie, I have said this before on this very podcast. That movie upset me so much as a child. I should not have seen that as a child, that I cannot watch it today. And I just did Henry Lee Lucas. I just wrote a 2-part thing for that episode for that show. And turns out none of it's true. Very, very little of it is true. Pretty much nothing that makes it into the movie is true.
No, it's just him and the movie was like a sort of a pastiche of stuff, but it's primarily Henry Lee Lucas. But the true Henry Lee Lucas story was basically him and Otis Toole just kind of yes-anding one another into further crimes that could not be corroborated.
Oh, and more than not being corroborated, they could not have happened.
Yeah.
Like there would like times when they were in jail or something, because he spent most of his life in jail.
Yeah,
because he was a disgusting creep, and he did kill people. He killed a couple people.
Yeah,
so.
No, I saw Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. I remember it was me and a few friends. We had gone down and we were staying with one of the guys that a friend down there we were staying with, because we went to one of the Lollapalooza concerts that was held in Rhode Island. We stayed there. We had the night to just kind of hang out and do nothing. They're let's get a movie. And so they left it up to me and our friend Trevor to pick the movies. And we were looking over the titles, and he was like, "Oh shit, I've heard that this one's pretty good." And I looked at it and I was like, "That looks fucking good to me." And we put it on, and it bummed all of us out in a way that like the two of us felt like we needed to apologize to everybody else.
It's because it's so grimy.
It's gross. It is such.
Who made that?
John McNaughton directed
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is told with almost like kind of documentary kind of style that's really, really upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah. And then rounding out 86, Chopping Mall.
No, I've heard of that film.
Chopping Mall. We just did it not that long ago.
Then we did it again on
and then we were on
Price.
we were on Peach's show Midnight Mass talking about Chopping Mall.
It's fun. I like Chopping Mall.
Yeah, pretty good year. There's a lot of good movies in 1986.
Which is weird because everything peaks in 82, and then kind of falls off. You get some good stuff here and there, but yeah, I guess 86 is kind of when it comes back and then dies out again.
It's kind of the bounce back, and then the next year we get we get Dream Warriors, and that puts a lot of energy, a lot of motion back into horror.
Yeah. Well, decent year. This film, no, not good. Terrible.
I'm not that hard on it, but I'm also not that sweet on it. We got our director here, dude named Tom McLaughlin. He's
someone who seems like he just didn't know what he wanted to do.
He's a prolific director of Lifetime movies. Mm-hmm. However, back in 1986, he was primarily known for a powerfully boring PG-rated horror movie called One Dark Night.
With the girl who chews on the toothbrush.
That's right. It's got
E.G. movie sucks.
It's got E.G. Daly, Meg Tilly, and Adam West. And the end, it's so fucking boring. It's so boring. But the end, like the last 10 minutes, are crazy as hell. Mm-hmm. But you got to sit through an hour and 20 minutes of like nothing happening.
Adam West.
And he was also known for some sold but unproduced comedy scripts. With this movie, he was given free reign to come up with the next Friday the 13th with one caveat. The killer had to be Jason.
Yeah, so this is the thing I discovered was that he ended up getting this job because they had done the whole horror thing and like people didn't want Tommy becomes the killer type of story. And he had been shopping around a bunch of comedies at the time. And so they were like, maybe what this franchise needs is some zaniness. And so they hired him. And I will say, in his defense, they got what they paid for. I just think it was the wrong direction.
Yeah. Some of it works. There's a couple of moments in this movie that are meant to be funny, and I think that they are truly very funny moments. But the tone is so far off than what you. So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because it turns out like in this was deliberate. Like the tone of this movie is probably, if you've not seen this movie in a while, the tone is probably not what you expect it to be or not what you remember it to be. Because I remember this one being a bit of an action movie, but also kind of serious. And so when I got down to it, I was like, this movie is fucking ridiculous. What's with all these goddamn jokes?
Yeah, there is not a lot of seriousness in this.
No. McLaughlin turned toward classic Universal horror themes and introduced the idea that Jason was always some kind of supernatural force. I mean, how else does he also survive getting an axe to the head?
Or drowning as a child.
McLaughlin is the first of the Friday directors to also write the movie. And he also brought in a bunch of his family to work the movie as well.
So I was looking through his IMDb, his filmography. He wrote a bunch of TV for something called They Came from Outer Space and a television adaptation of She-Wolf of London.
Yeah. He also directed Sometimes They Come Back.
It's a TV movie.
Yeah. The Friday, Stephen King.
Mm-hmm. It's not very good.
No. It's another movie where Stephen King has greasers for
evil
bad guys.
Greasers, yeah.
Evil from beyond the grave.
Evil greasers, always evil greasers.
Yeah. So, his wife plays Lisbeth, one of the first people in the movie to be killed by Jason, and his brother Jim did special effects with Martin Becker, who would become the regular FX guy for Friday the 13th, beginning with Part 5. He also did FX on Mac and Me.
Huh. That movie sucks.
Yep. Movie is fucking awful. Our cast includes Tom Matthews.
Yeah, Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, we last saw on this pod way back when we covered Return of the Living Dead. It was that movie, as a matter of fact, his role as Freddy that landed him in this very movie. As a matter of fact, he's the third cast member of Return of the Living Dead to end up in a Friday the 13th movie.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
He's great in this. He's not a good actor by any stretch of the imagination. He's a better actor than me, but That's a low bar. But he is attractive. And I'll tell you what, after that fucking mopey, dopey Tommy we get in the last one, he's a welcome change.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. This guy actually speaks.
Yep.
McLaughlin was going for something a little softer, a little funnier, a little more self-referential, and he thought, hey, why not Tom Matthews from that punk rock zombie movie? I think he's pretty great, but right in this here movie, he doesn't exactly seem to have the tone down.
This movie is sloppy as hell. I know I'm coming on it real hard. I actually don't dislike it that much. It's not my least favorite of the franchise, but I think that just they got it wrong from the start.
Yeah.
And then when they came out of the gate stumbling, they just kept stumbling.
They don't really ever recover.
Yep.
Yeah. So next year, he's going to end up wearing pretty much the same costume as this movie and the absolutely rotten Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Oh, it's so bad.
And
he plays a different character.
But also not.
Yeah. It
because
makes no
sense.
sense.
Because he and James Karen are paired up again in it, playing almost the same characters.
Oh, you mean Saint James Karen?
Yep. We got Jennifer Cook, who was cast as a result of one of Frank Mancuso Jr.'s few requirements for the movie. Tommy Jarvis needs to play against a pretty blonde.
Now, I looked her up because I was like, what's she been in? What's this girl? Tell me what this girl's all about.
I got a couple of her roles down here.
So she's in V. That's what I know her from.
Yeah, that's how she got this one. Is she was a series regular on V.
And listen, y'all, if you haven't seen V, go watch it. It's fantastic.
Rules.
It'll make you a little sad because there's a lot of overlap with today. But she's also in a movie that is called Daddy, I Don't Like It Like This.
No, it's called Daddy, I Don't Like This.
Okay.
Boy, what a title. I looked up what it's about. It's not what you think.
It's even better than what you think it is. It's about a guy who thinks
mercifully.
Yeah, thank God. They had to know. With a title like that, but it's about a guy who thinks his son is just too much of a pansy, so he pays the neighborhood children to beat him up. That's the whole premise of the film. I've not seen it, but God damn it, now I really have to.
It sounds like a made-for-TV movie.
Oh, it is.
I think it is. She was also in an after-school special called A Movie Star's Daughter.
Ooh. You know bad stuff happens to her.
Probably. Because, nobody comes out of an after-school special smelling like a rose.
Nobody is a movie star's daughter that does not have bad things happen to them.
Yeah. Yeah. You get in a car accident. You get addicted to marijuana.
Cheryl Crane murdered that guy. Liza Minnelli is Liza Minnelli. Who's Princess Leia?
Carrie Fisher.
She went a little bit crazy. Just the way it is.
Yep. So we've got C.J. Graham as Jason. Yep.
This is only one, right?
This is the only time he played Jason.
Yeah. His next is what's his face, Kane Hodder.
Yes. Yeah. And also Jason is played by a guy named Dan Bradley, very briefly. He was brought on shortly after the production finished the paintball scene, which I think is the first scenes that they shot for the movie. Bradley was deemed too small to be for the physicality McLaughlin needed in the new Jason, so they swapped him out for a nightclub owner named C.J. Graham. He got scouted apparently because he was playing Jason in a nightclub act.
What? Is it like a sex thing? What is that?
Must be. Listen, hey, I do what you do.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone is happy and consenting, be as many Jasons as you need to be.
Yeah. Since this movie, Graham has not really done much apart from appearing in a couple of Jason fan films. He's most notably the actor who played the Hell Cop in Highway to Hell with Chad Lowe and Christy Swanson.
New version of that coming out soon.
Yeah.
Also, Christy Swanson, real asshole.
Really?
Yeah, she's a huge Trump supporter.
God, get that shit out of here.
Yep. Sorry.
That's no good.
Yep.
Yeah. So we got a couple of taglines here. Here's one. Kill or be killed.
Boo.
Here's one that I found.
Why even bother?
I don't fucking know. It's so dumb. It's like they felt like they needed to put one on the poster because there was the original posters for this
they suck.
They suck. The last movie's poster also pretty bad. but this one is particularly terrible.
Yep.
And so, like, yeah, maybe somebody looked at it and was like, I don't know, put a fucking tagline on there somewhere.
Like, you don't have to. The Italians barely ever did.
Yeah. Here's another one. Jason is going to kill you.
Okay, I like that one.
I like that one.
Tells the story.
To the point. And then also, nothing this evil ever dies.
Boo.
Oh, yeah. So in keeping with Friday movies shooting under pseudonyms cribbed from Bowie songs, this one was shot under the title Aladdin Sane.
Okay. It originally had a different subtitle. The original subtitle was Jason Has Risen.
Ooh, okay.
Sounds a little biblical.
A little wordy. Because I think the official title of this movie is actually Jason Lives.
Yes.
Friday the 13th, Part 6.
Right. It is Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare.
Jason
Lives, Friday the 13th, Part 6. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. It's a very long title.
The Legend of Curly's Gold.
Legend of Curly's Gold.
The fake blood in this movie looks like shit.
Does not scare you like the real thing, that's for sure.
Which is wild, considering that this is the most expensive Friday the 13th movie yet, with a budget of $3 million. This was the first of the sequels to not break the $20 million box office barrier.
See, that's what I mean, though, is it's too, it falls down on every point. Like, your Jason is a little clumsy. Your campers, your victims suck. The music's bad. Everything about it is just tired, and it's like they hired the wrong people through and through. Hired a comedy guy to make a horror movie, and as we know, when you hire non-horror people to make horror movies, it doesn't work.
I don't know, man. Zach Kreger's been doing pretty good.
Yeah, but he's a horror person. He was a comedian, but he loves horror.
Because Tom McLaughlin also was a fan of the Friday the 13th movies. I think that they were just like, I don't know, Tom, just do whatever you want. Just make sure Jason's the killer.
Yeah, it's out of gas. The whole thing's out. And they didn't know what to do. And it's just like everybody's trying and nothing's working. It's also a weird time, maybe technologically, in that there are advances in special effects and filmmaking in general, and yet they hadn't figured out how to put that to use for them.
Yep.
And so you just kind of get this tired, sad thing that they had maybe more bigger ambitions for, but instead it's just here's the best we could do.
Yeah, right out of the gate, it also does something that the other Fridays don't do, in that you get Jason right off the bat in this one.
Yep.
Because in even right up to Part 5, they were still doing that thing where for the first 2/3 of the movie, it's just a pair of legs. Jason's moving around, you just see his legs walking through the forest.
Yeah, you got to figure out how to bring him back into the frame.
He goes to kill somebody, you see his hand with a machete, you see his hand with a knife, and then eventually he comes blasting through a door with the hockey mask. In this one, he's out of the fucking... He's wearing the mask in the
They
first
bring the
10
mask
minutes.
to him.
Yeah, they really do.
And I will say I appreciate that. I appreciate that we're not kind of futzing around, being is he or is it somebody else?
Because I think in the last episode, I think we're pretty hard on it because they're still fucking around with the whodunit thing.
Yeah, but we know who done it. They done it.
But he who
has done it.
Yeah. So they retconned. Did you know they retconned Part 5's ending?
Yeah.
In the video game. Did you ever play the Friday the 13th video game?
The NES one?
No. The one, the hide and seek one for the last generation of consoles.
Oh no, not the newer ones. The
it was
one that
it was really good.
Yeah, I don't. It's the kind of Dead by Daylight model. Not my style of gaming.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks fun. I can understand why people would like it, but that's just not my thing for games.
Yeah, they retconned the ending. Adam Green wrote it, and it's just basically it's revealed in a series of tapes that the end where it looks like Tommy is about to kill Pam. Is that her name?
Sure.
Yeah. That's all a classic.
It's not Reggie. I know that.
Classic Friday the 13th dream sequence ending. Yeah. So it's 1985. New Beginning comes out of the box office, turning a $2.2 million budget into $22 million. The movies have been steadily doing less and less business with each sequel, but a 10 times multiplier on your investment is still crazy strong, and it's enough to warrant a new sequel. But there's a significant problem. Fans went to see your last movie, but they fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Yep. And your setup for further sequels was roundly rejected by moviegoers whose opinions actually matter to the product.
I wonder why, though. It's not like, I mean, he's not a likable character, at least not in that one. He's not a likable character. So I can't imagine why people they were attached to him. Maybe they just wanted Jason Voorhees. They don't want
They just want Jason. They just want Jason. They just want the big guy in the hockey mask instead.
And
of
I will say then, to the studio's credit, they were like, then fucking give him the big guy in the hockey mask, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. The movie was also ridiculously sleazy and gory to a point that the studio was making cuts to it before they even went to the MPAA. So what do? Well, obviously, the immediate solution is that you bring Jason back. Doesn't matter that his head got chopped with a machete and Tommy Jarvis spent a good 5 minutes hacking the body to pieces in the finale, but you figure it out. So in typical Hollywood fashion, Paramount opted to wildly overcorrect.
Yeah.
Yep. So the reason that they basically tried to get everybody from the last movie to come back for this one, including John Shepherd, who plays Tommy. I'm
glad they didn't.
I know. John Shepherd passed because primarily he says money, but also he was catching shit from parents at this Presbyterian church that he was volunteering at.
Yeah, I knew. I couldn't remember what it was, but I knew it was a religious thing.
Yeah, all these all the kids. Apparently there was a photo of him in some local, some LA paper with him on the front with the mask and the machete, and all the kids were like, "Fuck yeah, John," and the parents were like, "This seems evil."
Church ruins everything.
Right. So, but at the same time, for the first time in a while, the production on this movie wasn't a hostile shit show. There were no dangerous shooting conditions for the cast. There were no lecherous directors doing everything they could to get the female cast naked.
Yeah, God, just when you say it again,
Yeah, that was some eye-opening shit. Producers deliberately reined in the gore, even though the movie features a higher body count than previous movies. Few scenes were terribly graphic. Still, the MPAA required a ton of cuts because the association had become with every new sequel, they got more and more aggressive, specifically to Friday the 13th movies.
God damn it.
Yeah, which is why it explains why some of these kills are cut so fucking abruptly.
Yeah, it is
they are savage edits.
Yeah, they're very, very hard cuts.
Yeah. Oh boy, I don't. You got press reactions. You got reviews?
Oh, I sure do. I sure do. Hey, before that though, there was one little fun fact that I found. Apparently, there was originally supposed to be an ending scene in this where Jason's father turns out he's been paying the cemetery caretaker to take good care of his son and wife's graves. And they were like, nope, dumb.
No, I know that there's a novelization of this one.
So it does make it into the novelization.
And I think it's in the novelization, yeah.
Yep. The press didn't care for this film, believe it or not.
Here we go.
Here we go. The Boston Globe.
The old gray lady.
The old gray lady, Robert Garrett. The mayhem is so methodical, there's no suspense or chills as such, only the appeal of formula. It's a safe bet a teenager named Tommy will stop Jason, if only because Tommy's jaw is so square. Count on Jason returning thanks to undeniable box office. How about... get used to it. How about Karen James from the New York Gray Lady?
Oh boy, I'm familiar with snippets of this review.
Despite a few lighter touches, the film is still a gory waste of time that plays its murders for all the blood and guts they're worth.
But it's not gory. It's not a gory movie.
I know. There are plenty of cliched reaction shots of faces in terror, more than enough frames filled with bloody knives and severed heads. There is not, however, any suspense about Jason or his victims. He stalks, they scream, he kills. None of it is enough to make you jump out of your seat, though it may be enough to make your stomach churn. Man.
All right.
This is Rick Cogan, Chicago Tribune. Jason Lives is not a good movie. It is as predictable as a city council vote in the Daily era. I'm assuming that's a Chicago reference.
Yes.
A lamely acted film filled with the most contrived slaughter and utterly lacking in suspense. After 6 years, Jason is about as tiresomely familiar as your next-door neighbor. Michael Wilmington, the Los Angeles Times. The old gray lady. The humor is welcome, some of the camera work inventive, and the young actors are cute or lively. McLaughlin shows promise as a filmmaker, but eventually the movie, like its hero, lumbers back into its sadistic, unbreakable routine. Like Jason, it begins squirting gore indiscriminately in every direction, and ending as a chained, rotting, soggy corpse floating across the screen.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Yeah. And, let's see. Oh, perhaps you're familiar with this film critic, the IMDb user.
The grayest lady there is.
That's right. I could write a book about how insulting and bad this film is, but I'll keep it short.
Thank God.
From the implausible lightning strike and reanimation. I'm sorry, you came for realism. To the boat motor decapitation and reanimation, this 90 minutes of film ruined any remaining credibility for the Friday the 13th series. This is one of the worst franchise horror films of all time. I love how this person takes any of this seriously.
They listen, they are a serious cineast, a film goer of discriminating taste, and they don't got time for this Jason Friday shit.
Not this cinephile. Whew. Yeah, that's the gist of the reviews. They're all just kind of like, well,
it's
here we are again, everybody.
It's another Friday the 13th movie. I will say this. I don't think they don't really do it very often, but I really strongly dislike when they shoot Jason in the daylight. It takes so much away from the physicality of the character, but at the same time, where I think that like Richard Brooker in Part 3 is probably like my favorite non-Kane Hodder Jason. The way that they shoot Jason in this one is fucking awesome. Because there are times like once the movie starts to finally like get its legs and speeds up towards the finale, they start shooting him at night, and there's something for the first time in the entire series, the mask makes him look very skeletal.
Yes.
It's incredibly cool. Like there's a lot of really awesome like nighttime shots of Jason that just head and shoulders above the rest.
He's also just kind of a boxy guy.
Yeah. But man, they're going to figure Jason out in the next one.
They sure are.
Yeah. So we're going to dive right into this movie here right after these messages.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20 to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20.
All right, so you ready?
Kick it.
Here we go. We open on a stormy night. Foggy forests. A dog eating roadkill.
Arnold Horseshack.
And then along comes a speeding truck driven by Tommy Jarvis and TV's Ron Palillo.
Fucking love Horseshack. And I will say, for those who do not know, Ron Palillo was Arnold Horseshack on the Welcome Back, Kotter, a show from the 1970s that I very much love.
Love it.
He has gotten a lot gayer in since we last saw Horseshack. Because he's basically like, Tommy, don't you think this isn't a very good idea? It's so good.
Yeah. They're fresh out of the mental hospital and on a mission to make sure that Jason is definitively dead. So there's a reason why Horseshack is in this movie. And that is because early versions of the script had Reggie returning as Tommy's sidekick, but because he gets killed off in the opening moments of the script, Shavar Ross decided to pass on it.
I appreciate that.
I
don't want that for Reggie.
Let's keep Reggie alive in our hearts.
Keep Reggie's name out your fucking mouth, okay?
Keep Reggie alive in our hearts. Mm-hmm. So they enter a cemetery carrying torches and shovels and Jason's mask fully intact.
I think it's nice that they buried Jason in a graveyard on a studio backlot.
Listen, you can't just put him out there in the world. You got to keep him in very safe conditions, or people are going to be out there like shitting on his grave and digging him up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they come upon a small gravestone bearing Jason's name. The Horseshack just wants to get out of there. He's satisfied with the headstone, but Tommy not so much.
I will say, though, it's nice of Horseshack to offer to help his friend rob graves. I certainly would never.
I know. I feel like I'd go to great lengths to talk Tommy out of this.
And, to his credit, Horseshack tries, but, Tommy's not hearing it.
No, he proceeds to dig up the grave as the storm rises. After some time, they clear the coffin. The Horseshack, again, wants to get out of there. Satisfied.
It's a remarkably square hole they've dug.
He's done such a good job. Also, they didn't bury Jason very deep.
No, thank God.
Yeah. Tommy needs to know, so he pries the coffin open with a crowbar, finding the rotting corpse of Jason Voorhees just crawling with insects.
It's like something out of the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney World. Like, this thing has been in the ground for like a year at most. It is just full of cobwebs, spiders and shit.
Yep. And Jason looks like something out of like a Fulci zombie movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in the last movie, he flashes back to the night that he killed Jason.
Now, man, they really, really got their money's worth out of that audio.
Oh, my goddamn, I know. And he gets that sort of like that 1,000-yard stare again that like the last guy did. So possessed of a murderous anger, he pries a pole off a nearby fence and repeatedly jams it into Jason's body.
We get a great line from Horseshack where he just goes, "Oh, shit."
Yep. Finished with the frenzy, he tosses the mask into the grave and turns to get the gas can nearby to burn the body. But a bolt of lightning strikes the pole stuck in Jason's body and it jolts Jason back to life, unbeknownst to these two idiots.
How cruel, Mother Nature. And the irony of bringing him back to life when all you're trying to do is kill him some more.
It's properly, it's very Edgar Allan Poe.
Mm-hmm.
So Tommy pries the pole out of the body and climbs out of the grave, but then Jason lurches up and grabs him. Horseshack runs in terror as Tommy douses the body in gas. He strikes a match, but the rain comes down, putting it out as Jason advances slowly.
It's a real like wah wah kind of moment.
So then Horseshack runs up with him. Horseshack runs up on him with a shovel and hits Jason, but it just breaks over his head. So Jason turns and punches right through his chest, hard in hand, as Tommy makes a run for it.
It's a feature wrap on Horseshack.
Yeah, too bad. Getting into his truck, he speeds away. Then he recovers the mask. Jason then recovers the mask and puts it on, turning to the camera. And then we get that James Bond opening.
Oh, it's so fucking lame.
I remember it being so cool. And this time
Why would you think that was cool?
I just thought it was clever.
That's not clever. It's real fucking stupid.
Oh, so Jason stops off into the
I was about to say it's clever if you're a middle-aged dad. Speaking of wah wah.
Oh, boy. Why are you coming for me like this?
You hear that? You hear how I just zinged you?
Oh, hey, Marge, you hear it? Just zing Werewolf Flanders. So Jason stomps off into the forest carrying the pole that jolted him back to life as Tommy runs into the police station. The cop on duty leaps up, gun in hand, which seems like a perfectly reasonable thing for a cop to do.
Yeah, Tommy really needs to work on his delivery. I mean, the last one, he's punching his new roommates in the face, and this one, he's like bursting into the police station, grabbing guns off the wall.
Yeah, Tommy is in a real state, shouting about Jason coming back to life. They have to run over there and put a stop to him, but the cop is like, wait a second. Aren't you that kid whose family was killed by Jason?
I know you from somewhere.
Weren't you in a mental hospital for trying to kill a nurse after that last fiasco?
Well, that's just rude.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. So then Tommy, very, very naturally, tries to grab a shotgun out of the cabinet. And what could
a good idea.
What could be interpreted as an attempt of suicide by cop. But they grab him and they throw him in the clink, promising to send him back to the funny farm in the morning. Nobody here in Forest Green wants to be reminded of that maniac. That's why they changed.
What's that, Forest Green, you say?
That's why they changed the name from Crystal Lake. It's a little drastic. Out in the woods, a couple is driving along looking for Camp Forest Green.
Yeah, it's the killer from Ghost.
Is that? Okay, because everybody kept like, I kept doing all the research and like so many pages are like, this is this guy's first role. And I'm like, the guy from Ghost?
Apparently he's also, was also on Scandal.
Oh, okay.
I was told.
All right.
It's not in this movie for very long.
No, but it was one of those situations where I was like, did that guy write his own IMDb?
Oh, I love those.
So they appear to be lost. They come upon Jason in the middle of the forest. In a weird moment of self-awareness, they decide to turn around, being as they are familiar with horror movies.
I will say they did this actress pretty dirty when it comes to styling. She looks like his mom.
Jason just stands there, but they get stuck in the mud. So they drive forward and try to scare him off. Jason then jams the poker into their tire.
Yeah, she's like, you know what? I think we should get the fuck out of here. And he's like, no, I've got this, babe. And I was like, what about this feels manageable to you?
He gets out, waving his arms around, making a lot of noise like he's trying to scare a bear away. So yeah, he gets out with a gun that he had stashed in the glove box. He threatens Jason, who stabs him with the pole and then hoists him up and over.
And there you go. That's a wrap on the guy from Ghost.
Yeah.
Killing off stars left and right here.
The lady freaks out and climbs out of the car as Jason smashes through the windshield with the pole 3D style. And then she climbs into a puddle as he stands over her, tries to give him the money in her wallet. And somehow Jason vanishes, but then appears on the other side of the puddle and runs her through with the pole.
It's like he's magic.
In the morning, Tommy wakes up in the hoosegow. The cop's daughter, Megan, shows up with her friends, concerned for the whereabouts of the missing two counselors who Jason killed the night before, because they're about to open up Camp Forest Green.
Again, nobody's like, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea.
Everybody's like, the death curse, the curse of Camp Blood. It's just a story.
Those are the old days.
Yeah. We also get references to Cunningham Road and a nearby town named Carpenter.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I guess since Frank Mancuso was working on TV stuff at the time, he handed it off to a producer whose name I did not write down, but he was a guy who worked with John Carpenter on Halloween in the Fog. Yeah. Also, the cop is Sheriff Mike Garris, who I believe is a reference to Mick Garris.
Sounds about right. That's what I thought.
So Tommy starts yapping about Jason. Megan is fascinated, and her friends know about him and the curse of Camp Blood. So the cop sends them packing. His plan is...
I was amazed, because at first I was just like, wait, is she his daughter?
Yeah.
Because she's like 10 years younger than him. She's also all sexed up and real thirsty.
Yep. Oh, yeah. She is immediately attracted to the crazy hobo in the jail.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you found this one. He was ranting about some dead guy come back to life. Is he single? You say anything about a wife?
So the cop sends them packing. His plan is to pull a Rambo and drive Tommy out to the edge of town where he will not be seen again. At the cemetery, the crusty old groundskeeper complains loudly about the state of the place as he reburies Jason's coffin. And then
This guy sucks at his job.
I know. And then he breaks the fourth wall to stare straight down the barrel of the camera and remark about the sick shit people do for fun these days.
Mm-hmm. Go see these movies. This is my problem with this whole fucking movie is like, it just feels like there's someone sitting next to you, like elbowing you in the ribs the whole time. They're like, yeah, right?
You get it. They're talking about us.
That's good.
Out at Camp Forest Green, Megan, Sissy, and Paula bring in the supplies to get shit going.
Including a garbage bag full of popcorn and just tons of fresh produce.
Toilet paper, beer, and a huge bag of popcorn.
Sounds good to me.
I know. Inside they meet Court, a dude with really ripped jeans.
Oof, Court.
Megan tells them the legend of Jason, his mom, and the curse of Friday the 13th, which is today.
And I feel like we've gotten so far from the original movie that they had to give you a really robust last time on.
Well, yeah, because this time we didn't. I don't think they did it in the last one. We didn't get a last time on Friday the 13th.
Nope. I mean, this is basically, this functions as it.
Yeah. Also, here come the campers. For the first time, a Friday the 13th movie actually features children at Camp Bristol.
God, I just wish it didn't.
I love it. Sissy is played by a woman named Renee Jones, who might be the hardest of hardcore soap actresses. She has nearly 1,600 episodes of Days of Our Lives behind her.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's like 2 seasons.
Out in the woods, a bunch of dudes stalk around in camo with paintball guns. I hate this scene so much.
It's really fucking stupid because it's just, they just need more grist for the mill.
That's all it is.
And it's like, here's dopey, like white guys and a lady, if you can believe it. And who do you think's gonna win? It's like, God damn it. Come on. You think so little of us? And yeah, they do.
Yep. They're a bunch of office workers on a team building exercise, and they have one more guy to kill with paintballs. They bicker, completely unaware that Jason is hiding in the bushes. They're so engrossed in the moment that they don't notice their stalker leaping out, and it's just a lady who shoots both of them. Elsewhere, we get another false start as yet another one of these corporate bozos is hacking away at the brush with a machete, pissed off that he got by a lady.
If you can believe it. A lady of all things.
He is never going to live this down at the next meeting.
What meeting?
Oh, you know.
Like a board, like a
board meeting or like a project status meeting.
Jesus.
Yep. So Jason has to get a machete somewhere, so here it is.
That's a good,
Yeah, he surprises this guy, grabs his arm, and jams the dude into a tree, face first, leaving a big bloody smear on a smiley face carved into the bark.
Which is fucking stupid. See, it's like all these like kind of moments.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, get out of here.
So he lifts the machete, revealing that the guy's arm is still attached. Oh, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
So still one more paintball dude remains, and he is a fucking goober. Stumbling from hiding spot to hiding spot, breaking the tree branches, and then trying to put it back on.
He's a real classic nerd.
This was the moment that I texted you, and I was like, okay, I see what you're saying about how stupid this movie is.
A little much.
Yep. He trips and tosses his gun right up in the air, losing it. And then he scrambles to find it. And he's like, he's a real like, whoa.
Yeah, he is like a nice lady.
Glavin.
Yeah.
His coworkers, meanwhile, stumble around looking for him. And he's about to get the last laugh and shoot the office lady, but Jason leaps out and hits all 3 of them with one swing of the machete, leaving him and Milton. That's what I call this guy.
It feels real like padding the run time.
Yes. Also, this is the shortest of all of the Friday the 13th movies so far.
Mercifully, yeah.
Yeah, 87 minutes. So Milton draws on Jason and shoots him with a paint pellet before taking off after him. And then the cops escort Tommy out to the edge of town, but Tommy makes a fast break for a fork in the road, leading them on a chase into the cemetery. He gets out and runs for Jason's gravesite.
Another great idea.
Just not thinking these things through. The sheriff tackles him before he can get there, though, and he points out that Jason's grave is fully covered with dirt. And Tommy freaks out again. The deputy draws a ridiculous firearm with one of those newfangled red dot laser pointers on it, seen in last year's Cobra starring Stallone.
Oh.
That thing feels like it's going to be significant in this movie because they bring it out a couple of times.
I mean, there's a kind of a zinger at the end.
I suppose, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. Like, everything about this movie just feels like they're trying and failing. Like, very obviously failing.
Like, if this is a comedy for Tom McLaughlin, I would like to read some of those unproduced scripts, and I suspect I know why they're unproduced.
Because they're not funny.
Yeah. So along comes groundskeeper Willie. No offense, Tom McLaughlin. You seem like an all right guy.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't try to force any ladies to...
You weren't coercing any ladies, as far as I know. No allegations.
That's nice. Rare these days.
Yep. So along comes groundskeeper Willie, who wants to know what all the commotion is about. Tommy yells for him to dig up the grave. The groundskeeper takes a long haul off of his body, a bottle of whiskey, and he asks, dig him up. Does he think I'm a fart head?
Classic.
And then we cut to a crowd of children at Camp Crystal Lake who all yell yes.
And my note says, come on.
I loved it. I'm sorry. I fucking thought it was funny. Turns out Megan is winding them up, just getting them psyched for camp. Elsewhere, Court is out there bullshitting the boys with some nonsense about Indians.
Stupid.
You could tell that he's like ad-libbing this part, and I still thought it was pretty funny.
It's actually among the more clever aspects of the movie.
Yeah. Court is played by a guy named Tom Fridley, who appears in a lot of movies starring John Travolta because he's Travolta's nephew.
Oh, okay. He looks very familiar.
Yeah. I also thought he looked familiar. I looked him up, and I don't think I've ever really seen him in anything. He's one of the Cobra Kai goons in the first Karate Kid.
So maybe he just looks like somebody else.
Yeah. His most recent credit is in something called Oy Vey, My Son is Gay.
Well, now.
Yep. So the sheriff sees Tommy off, dumping him off at the edge of town. And then that night, groundskeeper Willie is wasted and stumbling around. He takes one last pull off the bottle and joyfully tosses it up in the air behind him. When it doesn't smash on the ground, he turns to find Jason standing there with the bottle in his hand. Then he breaks it in his hand and stabs the guy with the broken end.
It's just too many, like, murder.
The pace of the violence is definitely breakneck.
And I think if they had scaled back all of these deaths and then just focused on making like 7 of them really cool.
The thing is like, I know that one of the, like, I know that the MPAA kind of had a beef with Friday the 13th, but a piece of their objections is often not like the degree of the violence. It's usually sometimes, I mean, obviously if you've got like, some Terrifier shit happening, like like if you did that in 1986, they would be like, absolutely fucking not. But a lot of their objections usually have to do with the volume of it. And so like, if you've got a movie that has like a shitload of murders, but they're all real mid, they're still gonna like have you cut like seconds and frames and stuff like that. Where if they had done if they had just had 7 really good ones, it would have been a different situation. Like they could have gotten
that's why Wes Craven was like, he learned to just go all in.
Yeah. Nearby, there's a random couple just having a roll in the hay. Again, padding the fucking runtime.
Yep.
More bodies to kill.
And you know that he's a real serious man of the 80s because he's wearing jeans, sneakers, and a blazer.
That's right. He's going to go. After this, he's got to go down for his fucking 5 minutes at the stand-up open mic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they hear Jason killing the guy, and the dude goes to see what's up. So Jason spots him, gives chase, and he kills the 2 of them at once as they get on the guy's motorcycle to leave. Yeah. So that night, the kids all fall asleep in their bunk. One of the girls is reading No Exit by Jean-Paul Sartre.
And it's like, of all the zingers, that's got to be the weirdest one.
Can you believe it? This 10-year-old is reading French philosophy.
It's a bit of a downer of a book, too.
Naturally is. Sissy teaches Paula a card game called Camp Blood, and then they fret about the missing head counselors. There's a scream from one of the bunks, and so one of the girls...
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I feel like this card game, like she really just made this shit up on the fly.
Oh, she absolutely did.
She sounds very uncertain about the whole thing.
Yeah, there's a scream from one of the bunks, and one of the girls tells the counselors that she saw a monster.
And this girl has serious 80s mom hair.
Is this
big and fluffy?
Is Nancy?
Maybe. I think Nancy's the blonde girl.
Okay. So the girls assure that
the one they keep shoving in our face the whole movie.
Oh, she's so cute, and so they want to really like. You got to have a cute kid in your shit now. It's 1986. You got to get with the times.
That's true.
Yeah, the girls assure that it's all good, and then they leave. They remark that they haven't seen Court in a while, and that's because
cut to Court.
That's because he's out in the woods kicking it with a lady who was bouncing on him to the rhythm of a song playing on a nearby radio.
It is one of the most awkward and terrible sex scenes that has ever been put to film.
Considering the last movie, considering the sex scenes in the last movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one's terrible. She insists.
And is she like, who is she, a counselor? Does she live nearby? Who is she?
She's just his girl.
Just a lady for the evening. Yeah. Not a lady of the night, but a lady for the evening.
For the evening. She insists that he has to last for the rest of the song. No big deal. Just another 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It's green grass and high tides.
What the hell is this? Are they listening to Emerson, Lake and Palmer?
Mm-hmm.
So Jason arrives.
The live version of Freebird. 16 minutes. I used to play that at the bar all the time on the jukebox.
Just to drive people crazy.
I mean, I like the song a lot.
That's a good song, but man, 15 minutes.
16.
Oh, Jason arrives on the scene and marches over to pull the plug on the whole party. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Girl looks out the window and notices that the plug was pulled, so she sends Cord out to plug it back in, which he reluctantly agrees to. When he gets out there, he finds that the cord is not only pulled out, but it was ripped out.
Gasp.
Who could have done that? They get back in the RV and they start it up. A silly scene ensues as he drives and she falls all over the RV.
And he yells, "Hey, Nikki, what are you doing back there? Taking a dump?" It's great.
That's Court. They jam some Alice Cooper.
And is it good Alice Cooper? No, it's mid-'80s Alice Cooper. Beggars can't be choosers.
Hey, listen, I like me some mid-'80s Alice Cooper. That's Teenage Frankenstein. You're shitting on there.
I know, but I can't. There was a time when maybe I could, but that's not now.
Yeah, he's too busy driving to notice, but Jason snuck in there when they weren't looking.
You think you could drive an RV? I don't think I could.
I probably
he seems
could.
pretty adept at it.
I used to drive like big delivery trucks.
All right, I guess it's similar.
Yeah. Jason grabs the girl and they struggle for a while until Jason jams her face through the thin metal wall.
Yeah.
Nah.
This is about as clever as they're going to get.
Yeah. Court, he thinks that she's just back there rocking out to the loud music and doesn't notice Jason sneaking up on him. So Jason stabs him in the head with a knife and the RV crashes out and flips. Jason climbs out completely unscathed.
And I feel like this scene of Jason standing on the flaming RV is supposed to look a lot cooler and bigger than it really does.
I think it's a pretty good shot.
It's not a bad shot, but like I can picture like them being like, yeah, that's the one. And it's like, is it though?
So Megan is over at the police station giving her dad hell about the way that they treated Tommy.
Megan's really inappropriate.
She's
rude and disrespectful. I don't like it.
They get a call from one of the deputies who found the bodies of the head counselors, and they conclude that Tommy, a crazy person, did it.
Yep.
Speaking of Tommy, stops by the local library for some books on the occult while Jason continues to stomp around Forest Green.
God damn it. This movie is just meandering.
Oh, I know. Tommy calls up the sheriff's station with a plan. Megan answers, and she tells him to watch his step because her dad is out there looking for him. So
Why is she so into him?
I don't know.
Is she just that horny for the mentally ill?
She's got a type and a kink.
Yes. Jesus.
Yeah, what's that one where people are turned on by when they're in danger?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a name for that one. So yeah, she tells him, "Hey, hang tight. I'm going to come get you."
It's the real rebel, this one.
The cops bag up the bodies and load them into the ambulance. One of the deputies brings the sheriff over to his latest discovery, the body of that office dork Milton, only he's been hacked to pieces. And they're still convinced that Tommy is doing this.
I'm tired.
So finally, Jason arrives at the camp. Then he hacks the power cable with his machete and gets to work. From her cabin, Sissy spots movement outside. Paula thinks that it's just Court and that they should teach him a lesson. So Sissy grabs a beer and pours it out the window, thinking that Court is just below the pane.
No.
She's going to be super disappointed when Jason pops up and grabs her and drags her out the window. Then he twists her head all the way around and carries her body away.
And the other girl is just like, you're at it again. And it's like, you think your friend went from being in the room with you to passionately fucking in 3 minutes? And you never saw her go outside?
Yep. So Megan picks Tommy up in her sweet Camaro, but they immediately run into a police roadblock. And also
they're also listening to Hard Rock Summer.
Oh fuck. Yeah, they're really getting their money's worth out of Alice Cooper. That's a goofy bonus track from his box set.
Yeah, he's got 3. That box set was pretty good.
Life and Crimes of Alice Cooper.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So Megan turns and leads the cops on a chase, ending up at the end of her dad's shotgun. And so, she's she's got Tommy like with his head down in her lap to hide him. So
it's another fucking like zinger moment. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. And so like when they get the flashlight on him, like Tommy's head pops up and it's like, oh boy.
He's like, he may as well just be like pulling on his shirt collar. Like, how's he going to get out of this one?
So Jason sneaks up on Paula as she sleeps with blood dripping off the machete.
I really wish he would just start chopping up these kids.
Yeah. Actually, it's not Jason. It's Nancy, the little girl who woke up earlier from a nightmare. And this time she actually saw Jason stalking around the campground. She found his machete after all.
You know what never happens in this? Nobody gets thrown through a window.
I got a note. It's a real crappy one.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, just like everything else.
Yep. So she found the machete. Paula gets up in the endeavor to find the other counselors so they can give them a good scare. Jason watches them from a distance. The sheriff drags Tommy in and they get another call. They found Court and his girlfriend's bodies out on the road. They pin it on Tommy again, but Megan tells them all that it couldn't have been him because Tommy was with her at that time.
Just like that great moment in Dirty Dancing where they try to pin the wallet theft on Patrick Swayze.
Right.
That movie's way better than this one.
Back at camp, Paula puts Nancy to bed beside a window where Jason stares in at them. It's a cool shot.
Yeah, it is one of the better moments of the movie.
But she is completely oblivious because he's like right at the fucking window, like inches from her.
Yeah.
As she walks through the cabin, Jason's stalking her from the outside. Again, cool fucking shot as she's like walking through the cabin and he just like follows her outside. Like they periodically, you see him through the window. Fucking neat.
And I'll tell you, the DP on this was like nobody. He's just like a guy. He's done a ton of TV, did Kickboxer, but that's about it.
All right. The JCVD movie?
Yep.
Huh. Cool. Yep. She runs back to her cabin expecting to find Sissy, but she's alone and the phone is dead. Worse still, the machete is gone.
Oh, no.
I know. Oh, man. Jason busts in on the cabin and hacks her up, and because it's a Friday the 13th movie, her body is thrown through the window, although only partially.
Yeah. Okay.
I know, they're doing us wrong. I mean, come on, Tom McLaughlin, you say you're a fan.
I do love, though, when they keep coming back to this, the cabin, and it's just like she exploded in there.
It's great. Out of the police station, Megan hangs out with Tommy and makes a plan to bust him out of jail.
Megan is going to jail big time.
They contrive to get the drop on the deputy, and they do some shit where she and Tommy kiss through the bars. But they kind of like fight at first.
Yeah, I don't.
But like it's supposed to be like, you know, like they're faking it, but then they're really into it.
Yeah, they're really going for it. Yeah.
Tommy's got the goods.
Yeah, I guess. It's better than that potato in the last movie.
I don't know if this was with that guy, he'd have just like started punching her in the face.
Punched her right in the mouth.
Deputy comes over to push Tommy back, but Megan grabs his gun and they put him in the cell while they make a fast getaway in her car.
Now, this is where the movie really starts to pick up the pace because they're like, oh shit, we got to wrap this up.
Right. So Tommy explains that there's only one way to stop Jason. He has to be returned to the place where he died, in the lake.
Sure. How did he learn that?
Apparently he learned that from those occult books he checked out.
He learned it from an old Native American man.
Jason sneaks up into the girl's cabin and finds Nancy in her bed, terrified. Again, awesome shots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he approaches, slowly looming over her, and then she says a prayer, closing her eyes, but the police cars approaching outside draws attention away and he leaves. And when she opens her eyes, Jason is gone.
Ugh.
I know. The sheriff checks on Sissy in Paulie's cabin and finds it literally covered in blood.
It's awesome.
It's floor-to-ceiling blood. It's pretty great. A deputy walks the docks and spots Jason hiding in the bushes. Jason gets him in the forehead with a throwing knife before he can even draw his gun.
Oh, I thought it was a dart.
Something like that. Still, another cop searches for Jason near the firewood. Nancy leaps out of nowhere, explaining that Jason is out there, and he tries to calm her down. But then Jason pops out and crushes the dude's head with his hands.
What would have been great is if that little girl ran up on her and he just turned around and shot her.
Nancy runs and finds the sheriff. They grab the boys from their bunk and they hide out in the girl's cabin. And then he goes to look for Jason and trips over the head-crushed cop and comes face to face with Jason for a tense standoff.
And one of the boys has got a real sense of humor. He's a real scamp.
Again, I thought that part was funny.
I guess so, but tonally, it's just like whiplash.
I know. Like an idiot, the sheriff approaches the body and Jason pops up suddenly. He shoots him and then Jason just gets up. It's no like slow, you know, it's not like Michael Myers or anything like that.
Well, they do go through that. Like he'll shoot him and then he knocks him down and he kind of rolls over once and then he shoots him again. And it's like, we do that. So we do that like 3 times and then he just gets up.
Yeah. He gets out of ammo. Jason chases him out into the woods. It's going to be real hard to keep pinning this killing spree on Tommy at this point. So
there's not going to be anyone left to do it. So
Megan and Tommy arrive at the camp and she finds the cabin covered in blood and then goes to the girls' cabin to find all the kids there still alive. Tommy hits the dock and prepares for Jason in one of the boats. Megan heads out to the woods to find her dad, but she only finds Sissy's severed head in the police car.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part where there's a couple of boys real unimpressed with the camp so far.
Yep.
He's the one he turns to his friend and he's like, hey, so what did you want to be when you grew up?
I don't know. It's trying a little too hard.
It's dry. Jason hears Megan shouting back at camp and turns to get her. So the sheriff jumps out of hiding and attacks him with a rock, knocking him down. He beats Jason over the head with it, but it does fuck all to stop him. Jason responds by folding the sheriff in half at the waist the wrong way and then charges back toward camp.
I would argue that it's Megan's fault that he's dead. That's my case.
At the dock, Tommy is fixing a heavy chain around a large rock while Jason bursts through the door of the kid's cabin. You got to have Jason blasting through a door.
At least we get that.
We get that. We get it twice, and they're both pretty good. Megan runs for the cabin. Jason bursts through the wall, grabbing her by the head. He's about to crush her, but Tommy is out of the water calling to him. So Jason lets him go and stomps off into the water where Tommy waits with
I do love that he just charges into the water like it's not even there.
I thought it was fucking awesome. That's so cool. Jason is on a
But
mission.
also, shouldn't water be like his kryptonite or something?
They do that in part 8.
They sure do.
Yeah. So Jason disappears under the water and Tommy loses sight of him. So he pours out a can of gas over the water and lights it up in a big ring around the boat. Jason surfaces suddenly from behind him, tries to pull Tommy in. They struggle as the boat begins to tip. He breaks free and Jason goes under again. He leaps out of the water again. This time he's on fire and Tommy gets the chain around his neck. They both go over, but so does the rock, and it drags Jason down as he chokes Tommy out.
Now, apparently, there was a guy in Minnesota, at Crystal Lake in Minnesota, who made a replica of this scene, and it's just still there.
It's there. You can there's pictures of it. It's pretty spooky.
Pretty awesome.
If I were a diver and I came upon Jason Voorhees, I'd be fucking terrified. Yeah, so all the kids come out of the cabin in time to see Tommy's lifeless body surface.
That's right. And that's the summer me and my friends all watched a man die on the beach.
Megan runs down to pull him out of the water, and Jason grabs her foot. She manages to get on the boat and fire up the engine, which chops the fuck out of Jason's head.
And this was all filmed in Tom McLaughlin's parents' pool.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, it's like a reshoot.
Jason finally goes limp under the water as she swims to shore with Tommy's body. Megan gives him CPR as the kids watch a man die right before their eyes.
That's right. That's how you become an adult.
But she gets frustrated and punches him in the chest, and Tommy spits up all the water in his lungs and comes back to life, declaring that Jason is finally dead. Yeah. And they look at the lake as the last of the flames burn out. In the morning, we zoom in on the lake. An underwater shot shows up Jason floating there, tied to the rock by the chain. But his eyes are opened.
Gasp!
Roll credit, Alice Cooper.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Just listening to you describe that was exhausting. This movie sucks.
Yes, it suffers very badly from being rather directionless. It is
It's someone's fault. I just can't figure out who.
I'm going to tell you, I think that at this point, if you take on a Friday the 13th movie, you're kind of doomed from the start, because as much as I love these movies.
Yeah, you got to come with something really good.
As much as I love these, which is why I think they go so buck wild in part 7. Like, that is a massive departure. But like, honestly, as much as I love these movies, as I said, when I watched them, I only really watched the first 4.
Okay, but you should watch the 8th one too.
Jason takes Manhattan eventually.
Yep.
Yeah. The problem is there's no characters. There's
nothing. You don't get to know anybody in this movie. Everybody gets killed way too quickly. Not that you ever really get attached to anybody in these movies.
No, but I do feel like up until about part 4, the final girl has some sort of substance to her.
This doesn't even have a final girl. It
Not
just
really.
has Tommy.
There's Tommy and Megan is supposed to be, but she's not. She's horny for this crazy person. And then in the big finale, she just stands on the shore kind of screaming at him.
And everybody is so bizarre. Like, everyone's behavior is just, they all kind of behave in inexplicable ways. Like, why is she so fixated on this guy she doesn't know? Why is Tommy so guileless and strategically stupid that he's like grabbing shotguns off the wall and none of it makes sense. And so you watch it and you're like, I can't connect to any of this because it's all so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well.
They can't all be gems.
They can't all be gems, but...
I believe they did this on Random Horror 9, and after this one, they were like, we're not doing this anymore.
No more Friday the 13th.
But I think so. I think that was this was the deal breaker.
Yeah. It's not, like I said, like you like it a lot less than I did. I don't feel like it's irredeemable, but it's not.
I think it's just the low point in the franchise, and I love this franchise very much. And so it's a tough one to kind of be like, this one's real bad. It finds its way back a little bit.
Yeah, they are. The thing is like they're struggling to figure out what they can do. Like, they know that there's something here, that there's money to be made, that there are fans who felt strongly enough at the end of the last one to be like, boo, we want Jason back. So they're obviously like, people wanted Friday the 13th, but they're going to go. They're going to go like,
I don't like this, Daddy.
They're going to go like a few more sequels and still not really figure it out, which is why after part 9, they're like, all right, let's just put this shit to bed.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you still get the remake though.
You get that. You get Jason.
Well, you get Jason. You get the one in space, and then you get the fucking the Versus one.
Yeah. But a long time passes between Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell.
despite everyone's best efforts.
Though I guarantee they probably did try to like resurrect the franchise several times, but
yeah,
it is what it is. They're lost.
The next two get a little better.
For sure. I'm going to be interested. We get one more Friday the 13th this year. It'll be really interesting to see how I come out of part 7, because I remember enjoying part 7 quite a bit. I think it's mostly just because Kate Hodder is a fucking awesome Jason.
Okay. I have seen it relatively recently.
Am I going to be sad?
Yeah, you won't be sad, but you'll probably be disappointed. Yeah. I watch these movies a lot.
I don't, because I feel like I've seen them so frequently. Like when we were.
That's why I can put them on.
When we were much younger, these got watched a lot. But yeah,
that's why I can still put them on and just like do other things.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Jason Lives.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. What did you think? Is this the movie you remember it being?
Is this your favorite? Why do you have bad taste?
I wonder if this is somebody's favorite movie. Somebody's favorite Friday the 13th movie. It's got to be.
I wonder if it's someone's favorite movie. Tyler's favorite movie is May.
This is true. That was shocking.
Apologies to dear Tyler.
All right. Well, that was Jason Lives. We'll see you next Friday the 13th with The New Blood.